Here we go. I'm making a video again about, and forgive me about the camera angles. I'm still learning about that and still trying to get the correct lighting. My wife taught me about that. She's a good photographer. But what I'm learning, I want to tell you about my college experience. I want to tell you about volunteering at different offices and also about technical schools. I might make two videos about this because there's so much that I'd like to tell you, and I want to give you the correct information so you can make a wise decision. But for the most part, what I want to talk to you about is my first college experience. In my college experience, I didn't have a role model in my life telling me what I should do, what kind of talents I had, or things that I was good at. I just kind of had to figure those things out. And so I went, and I had my grandpa telling me, go to college so you can get the best jobs. Go to college so you can there we go. Go to college so you can get, don't have to work with your body. And also just the statement of going to college so you can get the best jobs. I think that's an outdated statement. I think you can go to technical schools and get a good education too. But before I do that, my education, what I did was I went to college. I went to a career advisor, and the career advisor says, hey, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I think I like science. So they're like, well, here's some different things you can do to get your degree in science. And all they really knew how to do was get a degree in something. They didn't really know much about the degree, whether or not it was profitable, whether or not I was going to be in super debt, trying to figure things out. So that's not the route I would take again. I think actually they're starting to have college classes to tell you about different careers because people are trying to figure out whether or not they should be getting this degree and wasting the government's money. So that's not the route I would take. The route I would take again is I would volunteer at so many different places. Even if it's just a crappy job, like not a crappy job. Let me rephrase that. Let's say UPS. UPS is not a technical job. You kind of just unload boxes and you can do management. But what I would say is going to any job, you're going to learn something. You're going to find out what are things that I like about this job and what are things that I don't like. So for example, if I were to work at UPS or volunteer at UPS, I would find out that I wouldn't like that environment as much just because I don't like, or because I like to work with people. But if I worked with management and they talked to people all day and they had a good time, I would notice that, hey, I like management and I like this type of job. And so I might want to go and do some sort of management rather than into packing boxes and delivering them, which is fine. You can make decent money and still have a good time. So the job isn't always about money, but you want to find out, what do I like to do? What do I want to do for the rest of my life? Let's see if I can switch. Okay. The one thing that I do want to talk about also, so college in general is going to prepare you to do some jobs. So right now there's this thing going around. Usually you could get a high school degree back in the day and you could get a full-time job, pays good money, you can support a family on it. That's not the case anymore. And the same thing is true with the bachelor's degree. Sometimes you can get a bachelor's degree, for example, a bachelor of science, a bachelor in psychology. Those degrees are useless. You can't do anything with them. You can go into management at a business or at the government, but you can't do a specialized field. So for right now, science is probably a prime example, where in the sciences you almost have to get a master's